Hey everyone, back again to do another movie review. Today I'm going to be talking about a biopic on a wrestler, and if you've been paying attention, and why haven't you been, usually I do these shows mostly wearing AJ Styles shirts, but I usually wear a lot of wrestling shirts, and today I'm not wearing a wrestling shirt because this movie didn't make me like wrestling, and this movie incorporated a lot of what's wrong with the WWE in particular today. What movie am I talking about? None other than brought to us by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's production company, and it's the story about Paige fighting with my family. Like I said, Fighting with My Family is a story about the pro wrestler Paige and how she began into the business and how she got into the WWE. And it also has to do with the story of her family and more or less her and her dynamic with her brother, who also grew up with her, and both of them wanted to be pro wrestlers, and about how they got their tryout for WWE and how Paige got picked and he didn't. And this movie's okay. I know this movie is getting a lot of good reviews, and I think it's getting good reviews because the people who are watching this are not wrestling fans. They're not. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I've done it all. I actually I've wrestled matches. I've booked matches. I've been a manager. I've played music. And this story is a really sanitized version of Paige's upbringing. At the beginning of the movie, they say based on a true story, and I'm glad it says that because I want to say about a good 60% of this is completely false. It's all fake. This is a very PG movie. If you go in there and you don't know about wrestling, you're going to go, oh look, she became a wrestler. She started wrestling when she was young with her family. She got picked. She trained for a minute there. She didn't think she can get it. And then all of a sudden, one day, after fighting with her brother, she gets it. She has her big moment, and then end of movie. And yeah, that's what this movie was. That's not Paige's story, though. That's not what happened. And I think that's what annoys me the most. And this is what annoys me the most, actually. This is produced by The Rock, a former pro wrestler, and he let this go through. Anyway, let me get to the good stuff. Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn by far was the highlight of the movie. He was very witty when he had to be. He was very sincere when he had to be. He was really good in this movie. Florence Pugh, the girl who plays Paige, I think she did a really good job. She kind of looked like Paige. I like the fact that she had a pretty good accent. The brother was really good. I liked the mom and dad. They had a really cute dynamic against them. And I liked the interaction between all four of them. I do think that dynamic kind of hurt the movie, though, because it should have been more about Paige. Alright, let's go to the bad. While I like the girl who played Paige, she never had it for me. Like, she played her role well, perfectly fine. Would I watch another movie with her in it? Probably not. There was nothing about her that jumped off the screen. Also, this was really insulting to NXT to me. NXT is not only a place where you learn to wrestle, they have wrestling shows. You wouldn't really know it from this movie because they only show one, not even a match. They show one part of a match that Paige had in NXT. And even that looked like stupid because they do this double suicide dive onto these two girls, and then they just sit there on the floor in front of a live crowd and start talking to each other. Like, this is fucking pro wrestling. Even they don't do that shit in this day and age, and everyone tells us it's fake. No one watches it. God damn it. But they're sitting there having a conversation on the floor. There's a whole audience looking at you wrestle. Fucking show some realism. Jesus fucking Christ. Also, this movie's afraid to paint anyone. This movie fucked up Paige's story because Paige's gimmick was the anti-diva. She was the one who was against the grain. That's what she had it. That was what made her different than everyone else. This movie never said that once. They just kept saying, you have it. They kind of alluded to it when in a part of the movie, she colors her hair and gets a fake tan. But they never state that that's why they chose her. Because she wasn't them. She wasn't the girl who had the bleached hair. She didn't look like a model. She wasn't tan. That's what made her her. In this movie, they never said it. They kind of alluded to it, but they took away what made her her. And then they added this bullshit sub-story because they don't want to insult anyone about her being friends with 3 models. They oh my god, those fucking 3 models. They have 3 girls in the movie. One is a model, one is a cheerleader. I can't remember what the third one was. But they were supposed to represent the bullies, which is completely fine for this story. But no, because we don't want to insult models, we don't want to insult cheerleaders, we don't want to insult pretty people. They come up with this first of all, those characters don't exist. I kind of think one of them was supposed to be Candice Michelle and the other one was supposed to be Summer Rae. But they never say their names. One is like Madison and whatever. They're not based on real people. But to humanize them, because the WWE wants to say women's revolution, they make up some phony backstory for one of them, so that when Paige comes off and be like, "Yo, you girls are being bitches to me," they can go, "Oh, I didn't know that." And that's not true. That's not what was going on with the WWE at that time. They were hiring people just because they were models, just because they were good looking. But no, because this movie, does have the WWE logo because they have to use some of the footage and the audio. They can't say that that's what the WWE was doing at the time. They had to humanize these girls, even though I'm pretty sure none of them would have been in the WWE at this time. Especially the one girl who told us, who's the one who made Paige feel bad. I think that was a crock of bullshit in this movie. Also, I was the only one who was dying in this movie because there's a scene where they reenact Paige winning the WWE title. And I was laughing because, if you know, she won it from AJ Lee. AJ Lee is a short Caucasian woman. And that's it. They had Selena Vega, who comes out now with Andreas. So they replaced the short white girl with the short Puerto Rican. And on top of it, they had Paige's audio go through it because she was lip syncing, and it was pretty obvious to me, at least. Now that last part is it's just really nitpicking, but that's something I noticed. Like I said, this movie is getting really good reviews from people, but I really believe that they're non-wrestling people. I think not enough was made of Paige's story. Not enough was made up of NXT and showing what it really is. They did have moments that were really good, like the first time they do promo classes, the workouts. It had a couple, pretty decent montages. The Rock is fine in it, doing his usual stick. But that's it. I kind of find this movie kind of insulting as a wrestling fan. And it does definitely seem like a very sanitized movie. This is like, let's not show anything bad. Let's not show the anti-diva gimmick because we want everyone to forget about the fact that we were using the name Diva despite the fact that they were showing the Diva title all the time. Let's make it more about the family and how they motivated her, which was fine, but it was afraid to show anything with warts. This is very sanitized. It was very scrubbed down to be a movie, and I kind of believe a lot of it was fake as hell. They got some of the early era stuff fine with you seeing people holding up the old iPhone 4 or 3, whatever it was. But as a wrestling fan, I didn't like it. Matter of fact, the more I think about it, the more angrier I got. Because that whole story with the 3 girls fucking pissed me the fuck off. And then I saw the weakest bar fight I've ever seen in a fucking movie before. That bar fight was terrible. I was just looking at it going, holy cow, Howard the Duck had a better bar fight than this fucking movie. Like I said, if you're not a wrestling fan, you watch it. It's a nice, very clean, very simple family movie. It doesn't want to show you what reality was at the time. And it made me laugh at the end when they do the thing that, Paige helped start the Divas Revolution, whatever that was supposed to mean. Despite the revolution not happening for I think 2 or 3 years afterwards. Yeah, this movie wasn't for me. 4.8. I don't know, I just felt, I don't know, a lot of the times the movie just made me feel like I was getting slapped in the face, or it made me feel like I was being patted on the head. Go watch Mickey Rourke's The Wrestlers, much better. Are you going to see Fighting My Family? If you do, let me know what you thought of it. And also let me know if you're a wrestling fan or not. That makes, to me, a big difference. Write it down in the comments below, like, subscribe, and until next time, bye.